Hello everybody, and welcome back to another asking you personal questions video. So here in my notebook I've written down a whole bunch of questions to ask you. I've made several of these videos by now, and I am trying my darndest not to do repeats, but I really do try to keep them fresh and creative in every video, which means that these videos, I feel like the questions are going to gradually get weirder. And a quick disclaimer, more for my sanity than yours. No, I don't have smoker's lips, okay? This is just lip stain kind of gathering at the center of my lips. It's super ironic because literally the only other video in recent history that I've had these lips, had this happen to my lips, is my other most recent personal questions videos, and I got so many irritating comments like, you need to stop smoking, or girl, you need to drink some water, or have you ever heard of a thing called chapstick? God, guys, is it really that fucking serious? Like, bro, mind your business. Okay, so there's that, and I feel like there was something else I wanted to address, but I can't think of it at the moment, so let me just shut my yapper and start. Ooh, do you like my holographic nails? Holographic nails. Alright, I want to start by asking you some questions about how you start your day. Okay, so do you wake up at the same time every morning? Okay. And do you eat breakfast? Okay. If you do eat breakfast, do you eat a similar breakfast every single day? You're one of those people? That sounded derogatory. One of those people. Or do you do a variety? Okay. Do you set an alarm to wake up in the morning? Or do you just leave it up to God, leave it up to fate, and try to wake up naturally? I know there are some people whose bodies really are just so trained to waking up at a certain time that, or their circadian rhythm is so healthy and in check, they can just wake up, no alarm needed, but I just don't trust it. I don't trust myself, guys. So, what about you? You guys know that in these videos I usually do interject my own answers, so if that's gonna be an issue for you and you're new here, not the video for you. I'm a yapper. I'm a yapper from birth. Oh. And if you do have a relatively consistent wake up time, what time is it? What time do you usually wake up in the morning? You can also give me a range of like, oh, if I'm waking up early, usually it's around here. But if I'm waking up late, this is what late means for me. Because some people think that, sleeping in is 2 p.m. Some people think sleeping in is 10. Okay. Obviously, I know a lot of people that depends heavily on if they have kids, what job they work, yada yada. Okay. Do you feel that you get an adequate amount of sleep regularly? This is sounding like it's gonna segue into a sponsor. It's not. This video is not sponsored. But do you feel like you get enough sleep? Okay, this one's kind of fun and funky. What type of socks do you wear the most frequently? Color, cut is mostly what I'm asking about in terms of like ankle socks, normal socks, like a little bit high socks. I don't know what the word is, but we're gonna telepathically communicate, and I'll know exactly what kind of socks you're talking about. Okay. I read something, I think it was just like a meme, that people younger than millennials, so Gen Z, Gen Alpha, do not wear ankle socks, and low-key, that's true. Like, I think ankle socks meaning the ones that are cut right at your ankle, not that go slightly above. Ankle socks, I think those are ugly. I like my socks to show a little bit when I wear shoes, and maybe it's just because like I associate it with like exercising, working out, and I'm like, no, I'm putting on socks for fashion. Okay, alright, this one's pretty fun. If you had to be a teacher, what grade and what subject especially not an elementary school teacher, which is what I would want to do, I think. All right. Back on the topic of sleep. Do you dream? Do you dream? How frequently do you dream, if so? Okay. Have you ever had a lucid dream? Okay. I have had one lucid dream in my life. In my life. Why do I do that? Why do I always do the ASMR repeating? It's hard. It's just like a habit. I think it's similar to saying in my regular life, or like. But it's just a habit. All right. If you didn't have to work right now, what would you do with your time? If you're a student, let's say if you didn't have to do school, if you didn't have any worries about school or anything, what would you end up doing with your time? Okay. Great. How frequently do you change your hairstyle? Are you one of those hairstyle and hair color, just like anything about your hair? How often do you change your hair, or are you pretty loyal to the same thing? I think anyone who watches my channel knows I am changing my hair constantly. That's the perks of having a mother who does hair. Is that anytime I feel bored in life or want to do something impulsive, I'm like, Mom, I need a haircut. Okay. What is your favorite day of the week? I feel like I've asked this one before. But what is your favorite day of the week, generally? You don't have to think too hard about it. Just which one comes to your mind. Okay. Currently in my life, I think my favorite day of the week is Tuesday. Or, of course, a Saturday is always good, you know. Alright. Do you hear your own voice in your head? Do you hear your own voice? Now, I'm not asking if you have like an inner... Maybe I am asking that. For example, myself, I'm trying to clarify this question. I definitely think thoughts, but I don't hear my voice in my head. And to be quite frank, I don't know how many people do, but that's why I'm asking. Do you hear the voice in your head? And is it your voice? Is it someone else's? Do you have a narrator? Interesting, yes, I'm conducting research. Do you journal or have a diary or keep a log? Anything like that? Okay. Interesting. What is one health or hygiene habit that you are really vigilant about? Like you're always sure to do it. You care a lot about keeping up with it. Health or hygiene? Okay. Next. Some of these I'm not gonna lie, I am coming up with them on the spot instead of using my giant list. I might have asked this before, but who gives a fuck? I don't care. Are you the type of ASMR viewer to rewatch the same videos over and over again, or do you want something new every night? Every day. And this one is more for my curiosity. If you are a frequent viewer of my channel, do you have a favorite video of mine? Or a video that you watch multiple times? That part is whack to me, because I'm such a super ASMR fan. I consume so much ASMR. It's hard to think about the other way around. Okay. Are you more impulsive or more of an overthinker? I've got to land one. are you a pretty nostalgic person? Do you dwell a lot on the past? Okay, are you a relatively self-aware person? Do you think you are pretty cognizant, is that the word I'm looking for, of your flaws and your tendencies? Or when you're confronted with something, are you pretty like, I didn't even know I was doing that? Or you have trouble even perceiving yourself and how you conduct yourself? Which one? Okay. Good answer. Yes, definitely a good answer. All right. What should I ask you next? Do you have any birth defects, birthmarks, or inherited conditions? Okay. What is your favorite kind of chip? Or if you're from the UK, crisps. What is your favorite kind? You can get specific with it. You can get brand names. You can throw out a brand name, or you can just say a flavor more generally. Okay, I already asked you favorite day of the week. What is the last time you injured yourself? Not a paper cup cut either. Something slightly above that caliber. It's the last time. Can you remember? Do you remember? Okay. Me, it was yesterday. Where is it? I burned it myself. That's called a baker's burn, I think, or something like that. Last time you gotten an injury. Have you ever been on a vacation that was just terrible? Like you got home and felt relieved that it was over. Could be because of the people you went with. Could be, you were at a resort and it was horrible. I don't know. But have you ever had a terrible vacation? Okay. Alright. Have you ever been kicked out of an establishment? Or maybe even like trespassed? I don't know. Okay, this one's interesting. If you were to take a driver's test right now and be scored and say you failed, what do you think would be the thing that failed you? What mistake would you think that you made, or something that they would dock points off for? What shampoo and conditioner do you use? Do you even know? Do you change it every time when you buy new shampoo? Are you very loyal to a particular brand? Do you seek out specific scents? Give me all the info. I'm very interested in your shampoo journey. Alright. I already asked about that. I need to cross that out. Also asked about that. Okay. Let's see here. What song do you currently have on repeat? Like, that sounds so corny. It sounds like something like ChatGPT would say. What song do you currently have on repeat? But you know what I mean. What song have you listened to like over and over and over again lately? Or is that just not really something you do? For me, my songs on rotation have been Selfless by The Strokes. That one's really stuck in my head like all of the time. I've listened to it like a bazillion times. And then I Don't Want to Know by Fleetwood Mac, and Thinking California, Joni Mitchell. Those three have literally been like all I've been listening to, and I usually like to keep it fresh, mix it up. But now I've been like stuck on a couple songs lately. Alright. Do you find that you often put aside your feelings or frustrations in order to just keep the peace? Or please others, I suppose. Please others. I feel like a lot of the times, at least for me, it depends on the relationship. Do I feel trust enough in the integrity of the relationship to express things without fearing that, it's you just gotta weigh it. You just gotta weigh it, because if I have a friend that I feel like I can't get away with, like, really confronting them on things, then, but I want to keep the friendship, it's not that big of a deal. It's like, fine, whatever, let it pass, But usually in a relationship, I'm gonna bring it up. Alright. I can't even read my own handwriting on some of these. Holy moly bajoli. Okay, do you have any future tattoo plans? Future tattoo plans or dream tattoos you want to get one day? When you, I don't need to elaborate on that. Just drop it. It's easy. Come on. Okay. Let's see here. What is the longest relationship you have ever been in? The longest you've ever dated someone? Alright. Do you have any friendships that are active? Like, you guys still frequently see each other or talk to each other? That you guys have been friends for 10 or more years? That's a pretty rare thing. 10 or more years. I know a lot of people have childhood best friends, but a lot of times those you just fall out of touch, etc. So, okay, let me jot down that. What is the weirdest job you've ever worked, or the one you've worked for the shortest amount of time? Okay, this next question is for people who are currently dating someone. How long before you guys started dating officially did you know each other? So this mainly is a question for people who are friends or acquaintances with their partners before dating. Yeah, because I know it's more common nowadays. A lot of times it can be for people to meet on apps or things like that. So you aren't really knowing each other before you're like straight up going on a date before they're potential suitors. Okay. Do you think you could date someone with the exact opposite music taste as you? Or let's say you're really passionate about all kinds of music and they just are like, nah, I don't really listen to music. Would that be enough of an issue for you? Like, that's a deal breaker. Alright. What is your favorite animated show? Show. Okay. Do you frequently watch sports? Are you a sports fan? If your answer is yes, then what sport are you the biggest fan of? Or if you want to name multiple that you keep up with, that's fine. Okay. And final follow-up for that one. What's your favorite team? And another question, if you're like me and you don't really watch sports, is there any sport or team that, if you had to pick one, you'd be most drawn to that? Okay. Okay. Are you a person who, do you keep up with any awards shows? Do you watch any awards shows? I know it's kind of less of a thing. To be fair, they do make it harder and harder to access the show, to watch it live. It's like, you always gotta get, like a 30-day trial from, I don't fucking know, Poopy Plus or something. And then you forget to cancel it, and now damn, you just paid $40 so you could watch the goddamn Golden Globes or whatever the freak. I really only watch the Oscars. Alright. What is a hyper specific red flag you have for another person? Can be to date, can be to be friends. But what's something that is not like a well-known red flag, such as like, oh, he treats wait staff poorly. Something that's more specific to just you. That's a red flag. Okay. Alright, what is the most recent movie you've watched? Okay. Do you guys want to know my answer? Because it's on the top of my brain. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Last night, I watched The Pianist for the first time. I'd never seen it before. Holy shit, guys. What an impactful movie that was. I have not stopped thinking about it. Have you ever gotten seriously, legitimately lost? Like, say your phone dies, like you genuinely don't know where the freak you are. And you don't know how to get back to somewhere you know. I know kids who spent a lot of time in the woods or camping when they were younger. You feel my pain. That has happened to me, and that is scary. Or if you had hiking parents who were like, let's go off the trail. I don't know what symbol I was just doing. Let's go off the trail. And then they have an oh shit moment, and you can tell, and you're like a kid, and you have to be like, Mom does not know where we are. Oh, okay. This one's pretty basic, but what is your favorite kind of pizza? Okay, and what about like a least favorite pizza? Is there a kind of pizza that you will absolutely not eat? Because a lot of people say like pizza is pizza no matter what, but there are a few pizzas that I will be like, never. The worst pizza I ever had, and I hope this doesn't like culturally offend anyone, is something that's specific to France. I had it in Nice. Okay, I had it in Nice, France. It was, I don't know the name of it, I forget. But it is a flat crust pizza, or very thin crust, covered in anchovies. And like onions, caramelized onions, and olives. Now, I book heavy with olives. I don't mind onions, especially not caramelized ones. But how are you gonna give me barely any cheese and a whole bunch of anchovies? Like, this is just salt that I'm eating right now. It was really, really not good. I tried to be open-minded, but holy moly. Okay, what is a fashion ick? Let's say ick. Something that you see on somebody else's clothes or something that they wear that you see that and immediately are like, oh no. Oh no. Are you the type of person to observe what other people are wearing? Like, what's the first thing you look at when you look at a stranger? we are all humans. We're all judgmental to some level. It's just a fact of life. What is the first thing you observe when you see a stranger? For me, it's absolutely the outfit. I like clothes too much. I'm subconsciously always not consuming, but processing, evaluating the clothes of the people around me, which is why when I'm not happy with my outfit, it's like all I can think about. I mean, I've kind of aged out of that a little bit, the super self-conscious, because I've learned nobody give a damn, but you know. Alright, next, would you consider yourself to be a relatively sensitive person? Okay. Like your feelings get easily hurt, or... Alright. Would you consider yourself quick to anger? That's sensitive in its own way, you know, but do you get irritated fast? Are you pretty irritable individual? Okay. I unfortunately am. It's probably one of my biggest flaws. And y'all, I think it's worse in like stressful times. But lately, I've been letting the comments bug me. People who just feel the need to give their 2 cents or everything, like analyze my video and give me advice. People just will comment on my lips. They'll comment, you need to brush your hair. They'll comment, your eyeliner is uneven. They'll comment if there's a scuff on my wall, which there are many. They'll be so quick to be like, what is that shit stain on your wall? It's like, why you gotta be so rude? And just the constant unnecessary comparisons to other creators in my circle. Like, I really don't think any of the creators that our audiences overlap appreciate you being up in their comment sections, in my comment sections, comparing and contrasting us. Like, look, I know I shouldn't let these people bother me, but I'm human, and that's one of the main things that really gets me online, is people just being annoying. I would rather people just be like, haha, you ugly, than this stupid bullshit where you're like analyzing every single one of my videos, being like, this could be better, a little advice for next time, maybe do this. It's like, I didn't ask for your feedback, actually. My bad, went off on a little tangent. Let me wrap it up by asking a few more questions. Do you watch more big, well-established, very popular ASMR creators, or do you watch more small channels, like let's say under 200k? Which one do you think you watch more of, just numbers wise? Big or small? Interesting. Okay. If you think that you could be a model for any particular thing, hand model, foot model, for hair products, like if there's a feature that you think you could use, you could profit off of, what would it be? Or maybe you could be a bikini model or something like that, you know? Okay. Alright. If you have siblings, do you look similar to your siblings? Or maybe completely different? Okay. Alright. Okay, and again, if you have siblings, do you think that your parents have a favorite? Okay. Okay, this is a fun one. What is something minor, inconsequential, something silly, that you have gotten into a very heated argument about? Heated, and not just passionate, but like actually like, okay, now we're fighting, we're actually arguing over this now. Interesting. Unfortunately, I could give many answers to that question. Because like I said, I am hot-headed, very passionate. My parents always said I should have been a lawyer, which is kind of a diss, and the second that you get a little or into the mix, now the most random bullshit is going to be a debate. I remember my partner and I, when we had smoked, and we were getting into a debate about bees. Another big one was the canon story of Superman. I don't like just stuff like that, just stupid stuff. And then it gets to the point where like you've been arguing for ages and you kind of just have to be like, what are we doing? What are we talking about? Does that happen to you guys often? I feel like the more argumentative of a person you are, obviously, that's more likely to happen to you. Okay. That's a good question. Is your family more of the arguing type or more of the passive-aggressive type? Or do you have a super healthy family relationship? That's also an answer to this question, I suppose. Okay. Do you feel like you are someone who has lived a lot of life? Alright. And then, oh, of course, this one. Are you, or are you not? Subscribed to Somnial Sounds ASMR. That's me, in case you forgot, in case you forgot. Are you subscribed? Well, I will say, if you've watched all the way to this part, you've spent a lot of time with me already. So why not hit me with a subscribe? Why not? And I would appreciate any form of support. That means commenting, liking, hype. I don't give a damn. Anything helps. And I'm going to continue to say this at the end of my videos for a while until it happens, but I'm trying to move right now. And so anything that you can do to help me with the algorithm will greatly benefit my actual life in a tangible way. Okay. Alright, guys. Did you like this one? Or the questions entertaining? Did you catch me repeating any prior ones? If you are a frequent watcher. Any other type of videos you would like to see? Just let me know. Or what you had for breakfast. Or that you hate me. Or that you love me. Love me. Anything. I'm open. My ears are open. Clearly I read the comments. You already heard me go off about that. So. Love you. See you next time.